happened since then. You know, we're glad to have you back. Yeah, and we can't wait to hear what is going on, what's coming up, because you keep some things. That's one thing I can say about you now. You're going to always put that work in. Nobody don't have to pull no teeth to get you to do anything. You're gonna stay working, and you're gonna keep your ears open and see what God is saying, you know, at that time. And we're gonna talk about all of that. But we also have another guest that's here with us. We want to bring her on while I'm thinking about it, and so we can go and dive right on into it. And then we're gonna go and read her bio. Now, this particular author, let me find that cover. All right, this particular author here, Lorraine resides in North Carolina with her husband of 10 years and have 3 adult children combined. She uses laughter to touch live situations and has believed in the healing power of laughter. Employed in the healthcare field for over 13 years, Lorraine is a chaplain counselor for the large healthcare corporation, possessing a certificate as a certified assistant living administrator. Moreover, she currently serves as licensed ordained pastor and inspirational domestic abuse speaker. She has earned a bachelor's degree in theology and 2 associates in healthcare. She is the visionary and host of the nonprofit Christian talk show entitled The Power of She. Her calling is life for birth through the Christ and living through the trauma of rejection and abuse, along with witnessing her mother being institutionalized at an early age. Her vision in life is to help those stuck in their past hurt survive and thrive with the help of the Lord Jesus Christ. Lorraine's prayer for her memoir is that it would be pull the cover off of domestic abuse and help others to be completely whole. And this book will help through the process of peeling away trauma and memories of abuse. I pray that all who read this book will be inspired. And look, we're going to dive right into it. This young lady right here, she single-handedly wrote this book, Forever Home. And we're going to talk about it later. Please welcome Pastor Lorraine. She's here with us.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Please welcome her as she comes. This is her first time here. How are you feeling?
I am feeling excellent. Thank you very much. I feel excellent.
Pull a little closer to them. You can pull the mic towards you as well if you need to. But we got 2 of them up in here today, Jay. Yes, look, we're going to go all into it. Now, I don't know which one of y'all want to go first because it's 2 separate books now. And you're doing a book. What is it?
International National Fulfillment Book Tour.
The book tour, okay?
Yes.
So look, we're going to hear from both of them individually as well as a whole to promote this book tour. Now, tell us a little bit about this book tour.
Well, first of all, I'm excited to be here. Thank you very much
You're welcome.
for the
We're glad to
invitation.
have you here.
Haven't seen you in a while, but I'm
I
glad
know,
to
right?
be
Well,
here.
it's good to have you in. Yes.
The book tour is a collaboration between Prophet Suggs, myself, and hopefully some other people. What we want to do is help authors, whether you're a new author or an old author, who has been maybe having challenges in selling your book or challenges in getting out there and promoting your book. So we felt like if we got together as a team and went out there and helped each other, we could promote all of our books and the ideas and the ministry all together. So I'm excited, just to say, Prophet, I'm excited to be doing this tour with you. And we will begin the tour in Wilson, North Carolina.
Okay.
Actually, it will be the 2 of us and one other author in Wilson, North Carolina, at the Wilson Public Library. That date is February 17th, 249 Nash Street in Wilson, North Carolina. And the book tour will be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We are excited because we're going to be talking about our books. And we're going to be promoting the book tour at that time. So it's going to be an exciting time if you're in the Wilson area and you want to come out and just hear all the information that we have for you.
Okay. Again, tell us that location, where it's going to be at.
249 Nash Street in Wilson, North Carolina, from 6 p.m. until 8
And what's the name of that venue?
It's the Wilson Public Library.
Okay, all right, where the books are, right? That
Right.
makes sense, right?
Right.
Yeah, we doing autographs and all that?
We will be doing autographs, we
Alright.
will have books for sale at that
Right.
time, we will
Yeah.
be telling our stories as well at that time.
Are they gonna put your book inside the library as well?
No, my
You
book
know.
will not be in the library at this
It
time.
should, look, it's something for the community to be able to go and read, you know?
That is
Sounds
good, but the books in the library, as you know, are free books.
Oh,
So-
gotcha. Well, no, they can buy
They
and put
can-
it in there so they can
buy
check it out,
They-
you know, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll work, okay. You excited about that, Pastor?
I'm definitely excited. Dr. Bryant, thank you again for having us, amen, on your show. And I just, don't want to move a step further without thanking Pastor Lorraine and her husband and my beautiful wife.
Oh, yes,
Amen.
they are in
So,
here.
yes.
You can't see them right now, but
Yeah.
trust me, they up in here.
I'm just, thankful, and I feel blessed to be able to share this platform with Pastor Lorraine, because she has so much locked up here that I believe that the world needs to hear and know, what's really going on. And so I'm just fortunate to be able to connect with someone that's mind is always
Right.
turning.
That's good.
Let's
That's
do
good.
this. This is what,
And
and,
when
those
people-
people are hard to find nowadays.
And when people like see, we're collaborating like that, it kind of makes them say, you know what, maybe I can do it.
Yes.
Maybe I can write a book, and to just see that you are passionate, you're both passionate about what you're doing. So look, let's talk about the book. Let's go, because you have new books out, and you actually have some here with us.
Yes,
just
correct.
this time. Last time you forgot your books. We
I
didn't.
did.
It's like he just talking. He ain't got no books in there. Look, he got the books, and look,
Yeah,
check this
smart
out.
this time.
We got both books in here. I'm gonna try to zoom in on. Yep, there it is. You see that? Forever Home. We're gonna talk about how we got these names and stuff. So, for those of you that didn't watch the broadcast last time, we were gonna hear from Prophet Suggs. He's gonna tell us the title of his book and how we got that title.
Well, I want to talk real briefly, just a few seconds, on my last book.
Yes, right, because you got quite a few books
Yes,
over there.
4 of them.
You got a library over there, a mini library.
And the title, of course, is Power of Agreement.
Yes,
And
yes.
the Lord actually gave me the title of this book, and it's basically just in a nutshell. If we're in agreement with God, with His Word,
Mhm.
then everything else falls in line.
Yeah.
Your friendships, your relationships, your covenant, your marriage, things fall in line when you're in agreement with God. And the problem now, this day and time, that people are not in agreement with God, and therefore everything else is crumbling to the ground. But as soon as we, come back in alignment with God, then you'll see everything around you start to line up. And so that's really what the Power of Agreement is about. And God even gave me the book cover in a dream, or a vision rather.
Oh, wow.
And when I sat down and I sat with my publisher, because I didn't know if he could even create the cover. And so when I sat down with him, he said, well, just draw me a sketch of what you saw, in the vision.
Okay.
And so I drew him this, and this is what he produced.
Oh, wow.
And I said, that's it right there. And so just to be able to dream something, and
Yes.
God give you a title, and it all
Yes.
fits together,
Yeah.
it just turns out to be I do believe, a powerful project that's going to help a lot of people. And I've gotten a lot of response
Right.
across the world already. This book just came out in November of 2019, last year.
Okay. Well, since we're talking about that book, why don't you hold up for the other book that you have there, and
Okay, real quick.
just hold them up. You don't have to
Amen.
go all into them just yet, but just kind of let people see that. Yeah, look, he came prepared this
Two of
time.
them.
Yes, he came prepared. He got quite a few books with him. We're gonna tell you how you can get those books in just a little bit. We got one more book they did. Is that the collaboration? that
That's
you
the
did?
collaboration,
Okay,
yes.
that's the international.
Yeah, it is.
right?
That's it.
Shouts out to Miss Tilden.
Yes.
I gotta give us some
There you
love.
go.
Yes, because
Yes.
that's the book right there. I love that. Okay, now let's talk about this book right here. You can't see me, but we're gonna pass it
Okay.
around. Yeah,
Thank
pass
you.
it over here.
You know what, I'm excited about this book, and the reason for the book was, as a child, my family was dysfunctional.
I think that's
So-
everybody.
That's
So,
it.
well, this type of dysfunctional, I pray that every family doesn't go through.
Oh, okay.
But growing up, I found myself being confused.
Mhm.
I found myself being in like a fog, if you will.
Mhm.
And I didn't know how to make it through into life. I just didn't know how to be successful. I didn't know how to function as a regular person, like go to work, go home, take care of yourself. And I began to ask God, I said, what is wrong with me? What is going on with me? And he told me that I need to write my story about what happened to me as a child.
Oh, wow.
And actually,
I know it was hard, though.
that was hard. It was hard. The story is about 5 girls who went through domestic violence. And I don't mean just regular domestic violence like you get beat beyond what you think you should be beat, like, you know, because some people will say, oh, my parents tore me up, but this is different from just getting a beating. It was torment involved in this. It was, it was my sisters being tied with chains and beaten and almost drowned and being talked down to. And sometimes I find out that people, once you grow up, you don't know how to process that. You don't know what to do with that pain and the suffering that you have went through. So the Lord said, write your story. And I said to myself, write my story. Because I was always one who always wanted to look like I had it all going together, together.
Yeah.
I want to look like everything is perfect. So when he said write the story, it was the most humbling but embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life.
Wow.
So I wrote the story, and it's about us living with a schizophrenic mother. Didn't know she was schizophrenic at the time, but her behavior proved later that she was schizophrenic, and how we were homeless and eating out of garbage cans and how we survived. And so I said, well, what will I name a book like that? And the word Forever Home came to my mind, and someone would ask, why Forever Home? Forever Home because we were orphans, and we were going from place to place, home to home, trying to find a place where we were loved and felt like we were at home. So that was the name, reason for Forever Home. So
you touched somebody right now, listening in.
This book is about telling the story, because maybe everybody.
Beautiful cover. That really kind of just says it all. Right
this cover also was in a dream.
Really?
I told the Lord that I wanted Him to give me the cover, and the house in the cover looks exactly like the house I lived in when we got rescued, and the little girl symbolizes some of my sisters. And I wrote it because people have a difficult time telling their story. And everyone may not tell their story, but if they can read my story and get inspiration and get motivation and get deliverance, then I've done what I was supposed to do.
Yes.
So
yes. That was hard, though.
That was
just even just talk about it.
It was hard.
Much less write about it.
Yes.
Published it.
It was so hard that sometimes I would write and I would throw the manuscript down. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I can't do it.
Right.
And then I would pick it back up months later and continue the writing process. But it helped me to be delivered. It really did. And it let me see that the story was not about the abusers, but it was about me. It was about me being delivered and living my best life.
I love it. And we're going to talk about it a little bit more when we come back. We're going to take one quick break, and we're going to be right back to hear more about these compelling stories. And if you have any questions, please call in. 252-316 JQ. Give me that number, man, because I just can't remember that number. You got it? Anyway, go ahead, man. What's the number?
310. I got to get it myself.
316-1051, and we'll be right back. Just